Hi, welcome. We're going to do the Boyle's Law experiment here. So we've got the test rig here. It's simulating what Boyle did. So we've got the test cylinder here and oil simulating the non-compressive piston. We'll be driving the oil through to create compression in this side and then measuring the volume and pressure to hopefully prove that the pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that the cylinders are sealed. Everything's been left in the room for a couple of hours so that all the air is the same temperature. Everything has to remain the same temperature because we're only checking pressure and volume. Okay. And once we do the test, this knife edge gauge is going to measure the depth from the top of our air, and we'll use that distance to work out the volume. Okay. These will all be measured on the computer, which is probably just out of shot, but you can't see it in the camera anyway. So what we're going to do first is just in the initial test, monitor how the temperature changes if I quickly increase the pressure in this cylinder. Okay. What we notice is that the temperature rises because temperature and pressure are linked. Okay. So it's important in this test we increase the pressure as slowly as possible. And I'm going to take it up in 0.2 bar steps. Okay. We've got to remember when we measure it using this gauge, we're measuring the gauge pressure. So we need to add 1 bar to that to get absolute pressure. Okay. So what I can then do, just flick it across, I can draw the oil back, and that reduces the pressure. Using both of them. Okay. Another quicker way to draw it back is to just gently open the valve, let all the air release, and everything's back to normal. Okay, so the first part of this test, again, to check to the pressure, I'm going to increase the pressure in my cylinder to 0.2 bar as gently as possible. There it is. Monitor my temperature, which is on here. It's not risen by very much because I did it very slowly. We just need to let that temperature settle back to 21 degrees it is at present in this room. And use my knife edge gauge, which is just check it 0 to the top of the cylinder, not quite, so like that. And then bring it down, of course remembering that we want the bottom line of the meniscus, and at 0.2 bar we're reading 89.5 mil. Depth, the diameter is 100.41 mil, so you can work out the volume of that cylinder. And the pressure is obviously 1.2 bar absolute pressure. Okay, is that settled? That settled that down. So again, all we do, increase the pressure again to 0.4 bar. You see how the oil is being pushed through, so the air in the cylinder is pressurising. And because we did it a bit quick there, the temperature's risen. So we'll just let that drop back down again. And while it does, we'll get roughly to the same. I will check that just before we measure it on the scale. Yeah, 21.4. So that's dropped now to 21.4, and we're at 76.7. You've got all the results of this test in your email. Now, the only thing I would say, we have to be careful because if we open the valve too quickly, we get explosive decompression. That is not a vacuum sucking air out. That is air rushing into a vacuum or from a point of high pressure to a point of low pressure to fill the gap. Because there's oil in the tank, it sucks the oil back through with it. Okay, now that can be a lot more impressive if I pump it up a lot more, but I'm not going to. Okay, hopefully that's got you exactly how we did this experiment.